get for having more special ed kids. Like there's definitely an enticement to do that.
Yeah. Oh, well, there's almost like a quota, right?
There has to be.
If your school sits there and says, if the school says, all right, we have room for 15, 20 ESOL kids per semester, right? I'm sure that's funded somehow, some way. If only 2 fucking kids go to that thing, they're going to get cut one way, or that teacher's going to be out of a job soon. So
school
I
gets
believe that's what, yeah. And I'm like, hold on, don't put my kid's education on the back burner or slow him down, because that's what's going to happen. They're going to have to slow things down to explain to the other kids. And meanwhile, my kid's not going to be challenged because y'all want to be fucking racist pricks. Because he has a Spanish last name, you want to go ahead and just throw him in ESOL? Are you kidding me?
It's all bullshit. It's all scam. I remember the test in 5th grade when this lady took me out of class, put me in the auditorium, and just made me do like these little puzzles on the ground. I was 12, 11, and they were the dumbest, easiest, stupid. It was literally square peg, round hole shit, dude, and I was 12. So they really thought, I don't know why, they thought I was just really retarded. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this is so easy.
Bro. That's why you failed, because you were like, fuck.
Yeah, some of these schools go in,
but it's
I remember when I was little. Dude. When I was little, the school, my elementary school knew that my mom and my dad weren't together, so I used to get taken out of class and put in these little special groups to, like, I guess, like therapy, like to talk about feelings and all kinds of, yeah. And it was so crazy because when I went to live with my dad, I went to like a Catholic school for like a year or two in the Bronx, and it was the same thing. They wanted to call me out of class, and I remember if I get in trouble, the lady, the headmaster or whatever, are you missing your mother? Are you missing your mommy? That's what it's got to be. And I'm like, everything went back to my mom, and I'm like, sure, I miss my mom when I'm not with her, but I don't have issues because I'm not with her. I'm a fucking kid, and I'm gonna fuck up from time to time, you know.
Shit.
Which leads me to a quick joke. I'll give you a quick, clean joke. All right, see if you guys like it. Pepito. In Spanish, Pepito is everybody. In every joke in Spanish, if there's a name on the subject, it's Pepito. You probably heard fucking 1 or 2 Pepito jokes here in your time, bro. But all right, so Pepito is a fuck up. Straight F's. Suspended multiple times, always getting in trouble, right? After about 2 years of just constant back and forth to school, his dad says, look, you've been expelled. There's nothing I can do. I'm sending your ass to Catholic school. So Pepito goes to Catholic school, and all of a sudden, straight A's, never in trouble. Straight A's, not in trouble. A whole year goes by. The guy's on the dean's list. What is going on? So the father says he's got to be cheating. I love my son, but I know Pepito. There's no way. He's got to be cheating. He goes into the school, asks for a meeting between the dean and Pepito, and says, what is going on? Where's the straight A's, this behavior? This is not my son. What's happening? Pepito says, well, I'll be honest with you. You see that guy in the cross up there? Yeah, I see what you do to kids who don't behave around here, so I thought that I just... I've heard that a long time ago, clean joke, but I always thought it was
1950, yeah, 1950s or 1960s joke right
exactly, there. Exactly, yeah. He crucified the last kid who was a troublemaker. So a knee slapper, a real knee slapper.
I have, so when I was, since we were talking about sped shit, so I was thrown into Spanish 2, because I'm not really sure why, because I did well at Spanish 1.
Jump 1, Spanish 1.
Yeah,
did you do Spanish 1?
Yeah, so I did well at Spanish 1, so they threw me into Spanish 2, but I told them I didn't want to do it. I didn't have to. Mm-hmm. And it was an extra class, so it didn't count. If it didn't matter if I failed or whatever. It was an extra class. Something like cool instead, like home ec or some shit. No, I get fucking put into Spanish. Anyway, guidance counselors are dickheads. So I'm a twisted, dark-minded child. Even when I was a little kid, I was. So I drew this on the back of one of my tests in Spanish class. Now I
missed something. Did you screen share or something? I didn't see it. Oh, okay. Oh shit! There it goes.
So I drew that on the back of my Spanish test, and I handed it in. And then one day I get called into this office that I've never even been into. Now, mind you, I've been in the school for 3 fucking years. I was a junior, I think. And I get called into this weird little room with an older dude, and he sits me down at a table, and just like you were saying, he was like, "So Chris, how are you feeling?" And he just goes into this whole weird thing, and I'm just like, I'm fine, you know, like blah blah blah, like just whatever. Why am I here?
Yeah.
And then he fucking shows me. Now, I hated this teacher. She was a weird, what the hell is her name? Miss Barber, I think. And she was a really albino lady. She had really frizzy hair. She was absolutely crazy.
You're breaking up.
This chick, she definitely was on Adderall or something. She was like this. Oh my God, she had to, you know, like it was really nuts, dude. She was incredible at Spanish, this white lady. But so this guy goes, "Well, see, your teacher handed this in to me," and he hands me this on the back of the test, and I went, "Oh shit!" You know, like,
what did you think was gonna happen?
Nothing. I didn't think anything of it.
I guess that's true as a
To
kid.
you, it was just like, oh, kill me.
doodle.
It sucks.
Yeah, I was just drawing a hangman.
Yeah.
Kid. Now this is something my sister and I are twisted too. We would always draw shit like this to each other just to fuck with each other as little kids. And this dude sees this, and I swear, bro, like I was on my toes. I thought right away, click. I said, "Oh, that's from Family Guy. I saw that in Family Guy. It's when Stewie draws it in school, blah, 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 blah." And they totally bought it.
Of course, yeah.
Totally bought it.
Slap on the wrist.
I didn't smoke weed yet. So this bitch, I went in the next day, and I went up to her, and I goes, "So you know that drawing that I handed in?" I go, "Yeah, that was just bullshit from a show. Like, what the hell? And you call me into a psychotherapist's office? Like I'm going to actually kill myself?" She goes, "Well, it's not a funny thing. You shouldn't draw things like that on a test." I was like, I hate this class. I wouldn't be in this class if I didn't have to get forced into this class, my guidance counselor, but I hate this class and I hate you. I got an F, dude. Like legit F on my class.
Oh.
But
this reminds me of something from like the movies. Have you ever seen a movie where like a kid is evil or has some kind of emotional issue and they always draw like fucking evil pictures?
All over the wall.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. The Ring, where it just like scribbles on their faces and shit.
black.
It's like, "Oh, but that's you, Daddy." Yeah, man. I don't know. Been a dark kid ever since. I don't know. Some people are just dark.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I can see it.
I mean, I wouldn't want my kid to be drawing that kind.
What would you do? What would you do if you got called to the school, JB, and you seen that your kid was drawing?
Listen, you know what? I don't know because I've searched today I heard a story from my nephew. Just got caught up just smoking and just had really shitty, like, I don't know what was all caught on his phone, but just something like a 12, 14 or whatever, however he is, should not have on his phone. I can only imagine porn and like murder.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like people dying and shit. But that's my point. Like, I know my nephew. I would have never guessed, you know, that he would have been ending up smoking weed or looking through porn or whatever the fuck. Like, so I don't know. That's my point. Like, did your parents know anything about?
I got caught doing everything. There's not a damn thing I got away with, except for, you know, rubbing one out.
Maybe that's the point. Maybe that's the point. When you got caught all the time and you ended up just fine.
Just fine.
The kids that don't get caught, those are the ones you gotta be careful with.
Well, parents were distracted. I mean, my parents were distracted. They were always arguing and divorcing, and all of us were fucked up from it. Yeah, dude, we're all a bunch of fucked up kids in this family. Yeah, stick it out, parents. If not, at least pretend for the kids' sake. It fucks you up.
My son, I had gotten called to the school once or twice for my son. And, you know, let me tell you, it's something that is, I never understood what it was like for my parents, because I got in trouble a lot. I probably was a hellraiser between like 5th grade and like 11th grade or like 10th grade. Everything between 5th grade and 10th grade, just constantly in trouble, constantly suspended, always in some shit. And I never understood what it was like to show up to a school and consider yourself an upstanding citizen, right? You're talking to a stranger, right? And you're talking to a stranger who is immediately judging you, right? So you're on your and judging your kids. So you're automatically on your toes. You walk in that shit thinking, I got my shit together. Here I am. Good job, good life. I'm a concerned parent. And then they tell you your kid did something just completely idiotic or, you know what I mean? And you're just like, oh.
Yeah,
I'm the worst parent in the world, like.
I didn't do anything like that, but I can totally imagine. Like, you're ready to stand up for your kid. Like, what is this about? What is going on? Sir, your kid just shat on his teacher's desk. Like, like, God damn it. Yeah. All right, let's go, Timmy. Grab him by the ear and walk him out. That's the thing. Like, you don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. I said it before on the show. I'm gonna spy on my kids. I hope that I have a good balance of mental parenthood where I can not ruin her childhood.
Daughter changes everything.
And that's my point. Like, I can see myself being the most over the top fucking dad, dude. Like, yeah, bro. Like, fucking, yeah, it'd be ridiculous.
I feel like the older they get, and I have boys, so I don't know, but I feel like the older they get, the more lax I've gotten. It just depends, bro. For me, and I'm not talking like I'm a fatherhood guru or anything like that, but for me, I think one thing that I've learned over about every aspect of my life is balance. Is there's times where I've got to keep his ass right there at my hip, and then there's times where I let stuff slide, stuff that I normally would get on his case for. Sometimes I let stuff slide. So it's hard, dude, because you're right, feeling like you're being overbearing, right, but also trying to guide them and make sure they stay out of trouble. It's like a ballet.
I think ultimately you gotta kind of choose. I don't think you can be middle of the road. You got to choose whether you're going to be that, or a little bit too concerned or not concerned enough. And I think ultimately the odds say that if you are the concerned parent, the numbers say that your kid will come out just fine. Be concerned for your kids, like, be in their shit, man.
Sure, absolutely. But you got to try not to hover, I guess is what
that's the balance. And I hope that I'm mature enough as a parent and a man or whatever to, like I said, not ruin her fucking
not ruin her life.
The door.
Spying, being sneaky about it is one of the things. Sometimes I got cameras in my house. You know what I mean? Sometimes I'll give a little listen. Sometimes I'll check a phone without anybody knows, and just to make sure. But to see Money's point, both parents in the house provide that balance, right? And so it's not that it's impossible. I don't think by any means, for a single parent to raise an overachiever, right, an exceptional child, but you need to work harder on that balance. That's been a challenge for me, right? If you've got the same thing, if your parents are together and they're constantly arguing, you're gonna have drama too. For me, my son's mother is, I have custody of my son. His mother's a great mom, but because she's not there, my son doesn't get she's not there every day. My son doesn't get the softer side of things that he should be getting, right? I remember when I was a kid and I had a stepdad always there, but your dad come down on you for being stupid, and then your father loves you. You just gotta listen. You gotta, you know what I mean? There's that balance. And so I found myself constantly being on his case about shit, and then just realizing, like, damn, I'm putting a lot of pressure on this kid, and he's got nobody to come in here and rub his back and tell him, look, everything's gonna be all right. Your dad loves you. You know what I mean? So that's what I mean. Like, for me, it's been a challenge. I'm not even gonna bullshit. It's been a challenge, and it's a challenge that I continue to learn from every damn day, bro. And I think the minute you stop learning, the minute you think you got it figured out, that's when you're slacking. That's when your son's gonna shit in the teacher's desk. Like,